Hi, welcome. Now then, quick one here. Great to see everybody at the show. Irene and some of the other people I saw there, subscribers, and we're getting some more followers. Now, the thing is, very quickly before I go on to this test, is this. We've got a Facebook page, Caravan Industry Expert, and you can message me directly onto that if you want. So if you've got a caravan that you don't know anything about or something like that, if you've got an old... For those viewers who've got the older Tourer, I want to know a bit of information. I'll always give you a little bit of a hand and give you the background on that Tourer. So we've got the Facebook page for the Caravan Industry Expert, and also we've got a Facebook page for the Caravan History book, so it tells you everything what's happening regarding the books and what's left in stock and what's next anyway. Let's get on with this test. And this is an Adria Rio Grande that was introduced at the October show in 2022, but didn't make an appearance at the February show in 2023. Anyway, I found one, and I'm at Barnsdale Leisure, and here, just outside of Pontefract, they've got the only one in the country. And this is that van that actually was at the October show. I tracked it down, I asked around, because I needed to get this van. I wanted to have a look at it. So, without further ado, let's crack on. Where should we start? Well, let's see what, let's start at the front end, because, well, I'll combine a bit of history in with this anyway, but anyway, let's crack on. Right, I've said we're starting at the front end, and the reason is because the kitchen is here at the front. Now, continental tourers have had kitchens at the front for a long time, and it used to be a thing with UK built vans as well, but going back in the sort of 50s and into the 60s, by the 70s the idea had gone. People didn't want the kitchen at the front, they wanted end kitchens. But anyway, the Rio Grande has a front kitchen, so here, let's go and have a look and see what we think of it. Right, now this has got a kitchen that offers quite a lot of worktop. It comes with a standard 3-burner configuration combined sink in all Adrias. It also comes with the latest spin oven with spark ignition. Now, I don't know the price of this van yet, but we're not going to be looking at 30,000. It's going to be way up there, possibly near up to 40,000 plus. I'm not sure. I'll find that out after I've done the video. But anyway, as I say, standard 3-burner hob, sink, and as I say, lots of storage here. Obviously, front window. And of course, the brilliant Adria skylight, which obviously opens as well, and it doesn't leak. Now, when it comes to storage, you've got plenty here. There we go. Could put a few little bits and pieces in there, and of course, you've got these nice super slide out drawers, and big drawers here, that's for your cutlery. One below, a drainer here. This van is literally the first one that came into the UK, as I said. Everywhere you look, they've put a bit of storage. Look at this, I like that. Again, just had, you know, they've made use of that little bit of space. And of course, there's a fridge freezer in here, which is a Thetford, not the usual Dometic. Yeah, comes on the top. So you get a little freezer there. And yeah, for 4 people, well, for 2 people, because let's face it, this is going to be used as a 2-berth Tourer. So you've got this lovely big sort of kitchen area. It's right here by the entrance door. Now, I don't know how UK buyers will take to that. But anyway, it doesn't really make, because obviously there's only one door in the Rio Grande, one entrance door. But anyway, let's get round to this bit here. Still will class as part of the kitchen. We've got the table storage here, and a little bit of storage here. And I like this little lamp, and you've got some main sockets here, USB points, plus as well at the top there you've got the Adria control panel. And this little kitchen area is pretty good because it's handy. You can just sort of do your meals from here and then come here into the lounge, which we're going to do now. So let's have a quick look at the lounge. So, got a little seat configuration. Remember, this was the first one that's been done. There's some more coming to Adria dealers apparently around about mid-April. So there's quite a bit of time for it to come yet. So we've got a bit of a nice first look at this. We've also got a TV stand here, which will Adria telling us for a 20-inch. If you remember seeing that Altia Avon video I did at the show, this is better because there's nobody coming in interfering. But anyway, let's just get to this lounge again. This pit here slides out to make the double up, and literally it's going to be, really, as I say, a two berth. So I don't think a lot of people are going to be bothering making this bed up. Of course, it is Aldi heating in here, which I forgot to mention. The usual headrests, again, that was one of Adria's idea, and I think Bailey have since copied. Put it in their Pegasus, I think it was. Well, the Canto Grandes. Anyway, doesn't matter. They're here. And here we have a decent sized enough window you can see through. You can look out what's happening on the side. What you don't get, surprisingly, you don't get the pleated blinds. But having said that, these are a bit more robust, I think. There's these little smart little lights here underneath. Can you see those? And you get those lights just here as well, so you can position, slide them along and position little lights, but they'll give off quite a bit of light, believe me, quite a quick concentrated light. So your lounge area here, you know, what you've got to remember of course, with this sort of central lounges is you are sort of facing each other, and you can only see through your side windows. Obviously you're not looking at the front end and looking front out. So you know, when you're pitching up, you'll have to sort of have a think of how you're going to pitch up for the best view out your van if you're bothered. Big lockers in here, of course, for your plates, etc. I mean, what you do find with this, and it's like with all Adrias in all fairness, and I think they've improved over this last few years, they seem to have got a little bit more, they're more solid. They are very solid vans. It does have that solid feel about it. So I mean, you got loads of, get your cornflakes packets in there or whatever they used to do. So that is really your lounge area. The seating on is pretty comfortable. I've been sat on here this afternoon, and again, it's a cold day out there, but it doesn't, do you know what, in here it just feels fine. It doesn't feel cold at all. Yeah, it's quite surprising, because sometimes when a caravan's been stood and left at this time of year, in sort of early March, which I'm at, and it's cold, it's sort of 5 degrees out there, they do feel cold inside. But anyway, not on this occasion. But let's go into the main fixed transverse bed area. And of course, what you can do, you can slide this off. It's a good solid partition, so you've no concertina partition things to come across here. This is a good solid partition. Again, you've got a TV stand here, main socket, of course, TV aerial, because it does come with a status aerial. Adria's never used to bother with that at one time, but they do now. Quite like the fact they've kept these curtains in as well. You've got your nets there. Again, a window there, not the biggest of windows, but it's fine. And when you come round to this bit, the main bed, of course, is what you can do is, now if I can do this and demonstrate, see, I'm on my own today, I've nobody to give me a hand. I think my cameraman's gone on strike. But you can obviously, this comes up and you can use that as a backrest, so you can actually use this just to sort of lounge around in, should you desire. your little pouch here for, oops, someone's left something in there, I don't know what that is. Main sockets, again, for your lighting here, all little push, little electric button things, USB points there. Again, you can put your brew in there, your books or whatever. And again, you've got LED spot lamps under here, those neat ones. And you've got some good lockers. And what I do like, I mean, the shelves are really solid than what you normally find in some of the caravans. Wardrobes, of course. There's your Aldi fluid container there, and see, you've got your status TV mast there, and of course you've got here some more storage. But I like all this, it's just nicely finished, there's no doubt about it. Now, oops, go on this other side. See, Adria say this extremely comfortable, don't take a word, try it for yourself. And I must admit, these are a nice mattress. I had a bit of a lie about on that again just earlier on, and it does feel rather comfortable. Now I'm going to slide round here, and again we've got another bit of storage. Got some drawers underneath here, and also again a wardrobe. And again, that would be my wardrobe because I don't carry that much stuff. I'll leave that drawer. So, this can be completely cut off because what you can do is, of course, you've got the sliders here again as well. But, so you can make this really self-contained. And I say, it does feel very solid. It's very contemporary interior, very modern. I quite like that. But I do like the solid feel. Anyway, I'm going to have a look in this rear end washroom and see what that's about. Oh, before I go in there, a bit of a bugbear of mine would be possibly is to put at least a midi hike in there. I think because I think it needs. Well, it doesn't exactly need it to. It's just quite bright, but I think on a van of this nature, I think I would expect that. But anyway, let's go and have a quick look in the washroom. Well, of course, it comes with a Thetford loo. You got a good side window here too, nice big white side window. Decent enough sized basin, mirror, which I think also acts as. Maybe it doesn't. I thought it would have acted. I thought there might have been some storage. Yes, it does. Of course, it does. Let's say, there's storage behind there. Little things you can, I don't know, what you could put on there really. But anyway, so you've got, sorry about this because it is quite narrow. If you're used to a lot of British vans where they're quite wide at the back, because British Tourers do have a slightly wider, in the width there. This could feel a little bit tight. It just depends really. Again, we've got some more good storage here too. And as I say, it's a Thetford cassette loo. And of course storage here too. And again, I just like this chrome finish, and it feels just nice. It's just a nice touch. Now coming to the washroom or shower room, is that you do find that it's big enough. And that also it's got the doors on there, plus it's got a small roof vent in there which will be perfect adequate for getting rid of all the steam. You can hang up your towel there after as well. And again in here you do get those little lights, look, which I think would be rather dinky. But yeah, oops, sorry about that, don't really make you feel sick. Your loo roll there, which you might knock if you're coming through, if you're a bit sort of a bigger chap than as me. But all in all, it's quite nicely designed, it's quite practical. As I say, it's not ultra wide, and you do probably, some people may just be a little bit put off the fact that it isn't quite as wide. But Having said, it's perfectly useful, obviously. It'll do what it's been designed to do. So let's have a bit of a rundown. Well, there's a bit of whatever rundown we do. Hey, well, yeah, I do like that. I do like the finish and everything is really good. Anyway, stop babbling on, Jenko, and get on with it. Right. Review. So, what do I think of the Rio Grande? Well, it's a very smart caravan. It is very tough, very strongly made. Everything feels like it's made to last, and it won't be to probably a lot of people's taste. If you're a real traditional die-in-the-wool British caravan buyer, the Adria might not be to your choice. Now, that's because nothing wrong with the Adria at all. It's just people's tastes. Adria have been in the UK since 1970-71, so they're the longest imported make into the UK continually. I know Tabert came in around about the late 60s, but they came and went and came and went and went and, well, they're back again, aren't they? But anyway, so consequently, what I do like about the Adria as an imported tourer range is that it has got some legacy behind it, i.e., you know, people know it, and when it comes to selling it, you know, you're not going to have the salesman there scratching his head wondering what imported make you brought along to him. Is it in one of these made in Turkey jobs or wherever? So, part of Trigano for the last few years. Adria certainly have come on. Again, I've always been a popular continental tourer in the UK, there's no doubt about it. But, as I say, not to everybody's taste, but the styling is distinctive. The interior is contemporary. I like the chrome edging on the cupboard doors, etc. It's just a nice feature. What you do feel is that the Adria has been sort of designed quite well. I mean, that sunroof to me is, again, it's the best on the market. You know, it really is good. They've done a good job of that. Opens up as well. It doesn't go right down to the front of the van. You know, it's a proper individual sunroof there. As you would get in a motorhome, really. So, storage, very good. Under seat storage here. There's an onboard water tank. Alloy wheels, of course. ATC. Alco chassis with extra long drawbar. Added extra stability. This will make somebody a really good caravan. It's a big van on a single axle. But I'm sure it'll tow pretty well. As I say, the front end kitchen, again, is something that's been around for a long time, especially in imported makes, even sort of now, like now to now, when the UK market decides to really drop the front end kitchen. I think one of the last people in the UK manufacturers was a company called Astral Caravans. I think they were the last ones really to feature on a bigger van. But Thompson Caravans, gosh, I'm going back through the archives, sorry about all the dust. They did it on their Mini Glen and Glen 2. So basically they play things a bit different, because by that time people were really sticking kitchens at the back of two-berth Tourers. So for 4 people you could sit here and have a meal okay. There's enough room, it's spacious, but for a 2-berth, and let's face it, that's what it's going to be used for, a Tourer for 2, it could be very comfortable indeed. And you've got something a little bit different from your buddy on the next pitch. And it's an Adria, which means to say, as I said before, people know them. Okay, well, from Barnsdale Leisure, I'm going to wrap up this video, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and please keep liking, please keep subscribing, of course, all the usual jargon. It's free to subscribe, because my wife said, oh, do you know what, I might subscribe to you, and I went, you mean you haven't done already? She said, well, how much does it cost? I said, it's free. Oh, right, she said, might do it. Oh, well, don't know if she said not. But anyway, that's it. decent van, solid, good build quality. It's going to be around for a long time. You know, it's not going to be leaking or whatever, rotting away. They've got I think they use a polyester sides on these, which they've used for a good number of years now. So again, they're pretty tough. You can't dent them, of course. And again, everybody usually have heard of Adria, and so when it comes to buy, you know, comes to again trading it in, people at least know what they're after. They know what they're sort of taking in as a part exchange. Right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a separate video on Barnsdale Leisure's showroom, because it's the biggest Adria indoor showroom I think in the UK. So I'm going to take you around that, and because I think it's quite impressive. He's had no real sort of input from Adria on that score. I'm not decrying Adria. What I'm just sort of saying is basically he's done it all off his own back to sort of try and give the brand a solid how can I put it? Let's get it again. It's given the a strong representation in the UK. So, you know, they're not just basically just selling a few Adrias amongst a couple of other vans. You know, they are selling strongly Adria. They're committed, basically, a committed Adria dealer. Now, they also sell canals as well. But Adria they've had, I think, since about 2013-14. Which was 2015. I last came here 7 years ago, and since then he's moved, and he's done really well as Charlie. Charlie's a colourful character. I like him. He says it how it is. He doesn't mess around, and that's what I like. People that say things how they are, not skirting about. You know the sort I mean. Right, I'll wrap this video. I've been saying that, haven't I? But it definitely is wrapped up this time. See you on the next one, and keep safe.